Fred,
yes.
Someone once said that patriotism is the last refuge of a scoundrel. I think that patriotism, when people cry country, flag, and bring up all this issue, I think that's a form of scoundrelism. I think the Chief Justice, and if justice is to be served in this discussion, said that there was a threat to his life.
Yes.
If there was a threat to my life, I have every right to stand up and say that that has happened. Because it is a fact. And I don't think we ought to blame the victim. If the Chief Justice said that there is an issue on that area, people ought to stand up and take notice.
Yes.
I'm encouraged. Let me just finish.
I need to go for a short break right now.
All right.
Then when I come back, I'll pick up on you.
Fine,
I'm in the studio with Ahmed Hashi, former ODM spokesman, Jennifer Shamala, advocate of the High Court, and Tony Gashoka, political strategist. And just before we went for the break, we had started on the issue of the statement that was made by the Chief Justice.
Right.
Yes.
I think Tony Gashoka was speaking about a red herring strategy. Well, I think there is a red letter day issue here to deal with. I think that the highest judicial officer in this country, is obviously a target of any criminal who would want not to have his day in court. I think that if the Chief Justice has said that there is a ominous threat to my life, I think the state of this country, the police commissioner, the people dealing with security in this country, ought to stand up, smell the coffee, and say this has to be investigated.
Yes.
Let me say, the opposition, or in Jubilee, admirably, put out a statement and said that it is wrong. We are opposed to it. We support the judiciary. We support the Chief Justice. And the people must be investigated and brought to the book. Now, if Tony Gashoka wants to play footsie with the statement of the CJ about him and his threat to his life, I think that is really terrible. What we ought to do is, across the board, in a non-partisan way, say that the Chief Justice, who is the person who is going to make choices in the judicial system, if there are political conflicts in this election, that he is off game. We do not need to politicize him, and we do not need to make statements unless the facts have come out. None of my colleagues here have any substantial facts about what happened in the last 24 hours. They should wait for the facts before they start making decisions.
Before I bring you in, Jennifer, remember this show is live and you can send your SMSs. I'll be reading them at the tail end of the program on 7585. That's 7585. Let me know what you think about some of the issues that we are talking about. Jennifer.
You know, Fred, the Chief Justice, as they hop on and remind us, his position is there because of the reforms. And so is the Commissioner of Police, the Inspector General of Police.
Yes.
He is a newly appointed Inspector General of the Police. So instead of calling this press conference, raising the temperatures in this country, because of some wild allegations that were made by some people that we can't even establish who they are, talking about the fact that they were going, if you make a ruling, the ruling had already been entered into the week before. This threat comes on the 18th, again, and I reiterate, by Mungiki, who are part and parcel of the Code Alliance. So it's
Mungiki are not part
of
the Code
they
Alliance.
Are. The head of Mungiki is in court.
A citizen
so
who's
the question, what we should be asking, why did he not report it to the police? First and foremost, go and report it to the police. I'm very concerned. One, he doesn't report it to the police. Two, he talks about Mungiki and the government of Kenya in the same breath. It's startling. It's worrying. It's alarmist.
He didn't say that.
Let me, Fred, be very clear about this. And we're having problem of order in the country from ODM and even in the studio. Look at all the institutions of government. When Parliament has gone outravairas to the Constitution, the people who have been loudest about it has been ODM. Oh, Parliament is not following the Constitution. Oh, Parliament is amending this. Parliament wants to extend its own term. We condemn parliamentarians. When the President brings in al-Bashir or commits an ultra-virus thing to the Constitution, appoints the Chief Justice the wrong way, everybody condemns, even His Excellency the President. Everybody in this country who is above condemnation is Raila and Mutunga. Now, what I want to ask you is this. And I want to be very, very clear about this. Willie Mutunga has alleged, as not just a person, you can't divorce him and Chief Justice, that his life is in danger. That is a statement of fact. It's not a statement of allegation. He made a statement of fact. And in support of his factual statement, he annexed a letter That letter is a purported email from the Mungiki threatening him if he were to make any ruling in favor of Uhuru Kenyatta or stop his trial. Now, my point is this. To do that and to release that to the public brings two issues. One, defamatory and libelous statements against the person of Uhuru Kenyatta. Number two, he brings into disrespect the judiciary. And lastly, the last elections in Kenya, we never went to court because we thought that the judges, the chief justices, were not restrained, that they wouldn't hold their personal emotions from the national interest. And today, whatever the personal problems Mutunga had, he put them before the national interest.
And personally, as far as I'm concerned, I think the Chief Justice should be addressing the issues of the 3 emails that Miguna spoke about in his book. Now, you see, everybody has forgotten about these 3 emails that the Chief Justice, before he becomes Chief Justice, is writing to ODM, discussing with ODM the appointment of Visram by the President and saying that the President is trying to institute a constitutional coup, is talking about progressive forces supporting Raila's presidency in 2012 because they thought the election would be in 2012. These are the issues that are now being put under the carpet as we address the threats to the Chief Justice's life.
You know, I don't think that we should treat this issue in the way in which we treat the press. There's a famous Kenyan term for it, the gutter press. I don't think we should make these kinds of connections with one of the most senior person in this country. The Chief Justice is a symbol of judicial reform. The Chief Justice was vetted. Kenyans overwhelmingly support the Chief Justice. They welcomed his appointment. Across the coalition government, everybody believed that this was good for Kenya. I think that the elites in Nairobi should not play with the Chief Justice's office as if he were playing banta. Do you remember when we were kids and people used to play marbles and they would say, this is bantaya kugonga hapa na hapa? These two fellows, these 2 colleagues of mine on the panel here today, should when they speak about the Chief Justice, we should do it with some bit of decorum. I think the right to free speech does not give you the right to attack someone as senior as the Chief Justice, whose basic premise in that office is his premise of having equality before the law. Can I just finish? This is the last. I think these 2 fellows have gone overboard over this issue of the CJ. And this issue of Mungiki that my learned friend opposite here is talking about is a scam. There is no Mungiki. There is no, I haven't seen a mention of Mungiki. And to connect Mungiki with the Chief Justice is a scam. I think we should stop making noise about the Chief Justice until all these facts come out tomorrow.
Now,
I think what my friend here should tell us is explain. Now he has decided that Miguna's book is gutter press. There are serious allegations made in that book. There are issues of emails, and apparently Miguna has these emails, and this is what we should be addressing. But ultimately, the comments of the Chief Justice so close to an election are alarming and are irresponsible, coming from the 3rd arm of government. He should have reported this matter to the Kenya police, which has just been so recently reformed.